Okay, this is a video response for Connor, aka OkayFabe, who asked, what do you think is the greatest WrestleMania of all time? Now, I started watching wrestling just before WrestleMania 14, so I actually only have 14 of them to go by. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll go through 14 through 27. I choose WrestleMania 18 because even the smaller matches on the card were impressive. This is at a time when all the Attitude Era people, pretty much, I think, were still there. Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, the list goes on. They were all still there. Now, I actually wrote down the 7 matches that were kind of the bigger matches. You had Kurt Angle versus Kane. I mean, 2 of the biggest stars in the company ever. You had Ric Flair versus The Undertaker. I remember that one got really personal. I liked their feud. I thought it was really cool. Edge versus Booker T. Edge, awesome. Booker T, awesome. They always really had a good thing going. Now, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Scott Hall. Stone Cold Steve Austin, awesome. I don't really know. It was kind of stupid when he feuded with Scott Hall. I don't really think he's proud of that match. I think he wants to forget it. But, okay, you look at the tag team match. This was back when tag team championships were meaningful. People would actually go to extremes to fight for the tag team championship. Nowadays, those titles mean zero, pretty much. This was when they were actually meaningful. You had Billy and Chuck, who could forget them, versus the APA, versus the Dudleys, versus the Hardys. 4 great teams. Now, again, I say those titles mean nothing now. And, of course, you had Triple H versus Chris Jericho. I think this match kind of got lost on the card just because of The Rock and Hogan, but I've always really loved Chris Jericho versus Triple H. I actually wish they could feud again because it got really personal back then with Stephanie McMahon, and I always thought that they had a great chemistry together. They always could throw it back and forth to each other on the microphone, and I really liked their feud. And finally, you had The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, which reminds me a whole lot of this year's WrestleMania match between Cena and The Rock. It's generation versus generation. They were always fighting back and forth with each other on the mic, and like I said, yeah, it definitely reminds me of what we've got going this year with The Rock and Cena. They were fighting over their popularity, who was the better in their prime, all that stuff. So yeah, that's why I choose this WrestleMania, because every match, whether it was a small one or a big one, was against people that actually meant something back in the day. It was the end of the Attitude Era. This was 2002, but there was still a whole lot of attitude left. So the card was stacked. All the matches were great, and that's why I choose WrestleMania 18. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.